So I'm going to respond to this question where the commenter is asking me, people who actually do this, meaning people who actually pretend that they are in a relationship with you, they're using you for all the frills and thrills. Is it a personality disorder or is it just plain evil? Just side note, person can have a personality disorder and still be quote unquote evil, I guess you can call it. But I've seen this come about a lot lately, when you have people, to answer your question, I think it could be both, but the other thing I want to say that I see this a lot, I see people do this a lot. Specifically, I see men do this a lot when they're not where they want to be in life. So when they feel like they're insecure, they're not where they want to be as far as their career or as far as like other major life goals. This is your time waster, meaning that what he will do is he will just pick somebody, maybe somebody he's not really attracted to, or maybe somebody that he really doesn't have to work to get. And he'll just saddle up with someone, a woman, and say, you know what, I'm gonna ride this wave with her. She has a lot of good qualities. Like she might cook, she might clean, she takes care of me, sex isn't that bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and compromise. And he, in the back of his mind, he knows that, hey, when I get done using her, when I get done getting boosted up by this woman, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after the woman that I really want to get after, right? And so that's why you have people that may have baby mamas, and then you see this a lot too with like professional athletes and things like this. When people start making the kind of money that they really want to make, they dump Juanita, they dumped, Lily and who held it down for them while they didn't have no food to eat. And, he was going through everything in the league and all this other kind of stuff. But then when he starts making that good money, he switches over. And a lot of times he may switch all the way over out of his race to date someone completely different. This does happen a lot with people who have personality disorders. When we're talking about cluster B, specifically, which is, I presume, where you're talking about cluster B personality traits, such as narcissistic. They could have traits, but the one trait that I usually see that people who have this do, they have this ego. Again, this entitlement, feeling like, I owe no one nothing. You guys have seen this in my comments. You saw this in my comments. If you don't follow me and you haven't seen, go look at my posts about ghosting after intimacy. Go look at my posts about people being abused through food. And you'll see all types of comments where you see men in there talking about, we don't owe you nothing. Sex is the same as food. You guys use us for food, so of course we can use you for sex. That transactional type of stuff that you get in relationships, it's people don't see anything wrong with it. And there's an emotional immaturity there, where it's like something for something type of stuff. Like I'm only going to do this if I'm getting something out of it. Yeah. And I don't have to tell you what my true intentions are. And I could hop, skiddly jump, bye when I get ready to go, and that's kind of how it is. They don't see anything wrong with it. Like they have in their mind, they have a plan, they have a strategy, and that, they're going to use you. A lot of people say, will they use, this type of woman and this type of woman? No, it could literally be anybody, who's going to help them. They're looking for a helpmate, and they will use that person until they get to where they want to be, or they feel like they can do better. So you can have someone, that may be where he wants to be, but he's always looking to upgrade. It's almost like, he's going to, what do you call that? Like an auto dealership. And he's always looking to upgrade his model, right? So he's always sort of scanning, these shifty eyes. He's always looking for the next best woman to come up, so there's sort of this comeuppance dynamic. It's like, oh, well, I feel like I can always do better. That's why you have those people sometimes that are in those relationships where you have partners that are in and out, on again, off again. Oh, he's avoidant. No, he's not. He's just trying to find something better than you. And when that doesn't work out, he comes back, and so that's that kind of stuff. And again, women could do it too, where it's like, I'm entertaining several people, but when I feel like I'm going to do better, then I'll jump ship. You don't know that. They don't know that. It's like, okay, when I feel like I'm doing better, or I found someone that has more status or whatever it is I'm looking for, I'm going to jump ship. And then if it doesn't work out, then I'll come back to you. I'll let you entertain me until the next best thing comes along. So there's always this sort of dynamic where this person's got one foot in and one foot out the door, but they may always be sort of entertaining people, but forget to tell you about it. But again, it's becoming more and more common. And I think social media plays a huge part into that. Dating apps also play a huge part of that, because with social media and dating apps, people are under the illusion that they have this buffet, the sea of people that are waiting to be with them. So I could be picky and choosy, and I just have another woman or another man at my fingertips, and I don't even have to leave my home. So I'm always just sort of on the prowl. But meanwhile, they're using someone to live their life. They're using someone to do all the relationship things, but they're not going to tell you that. So it goes beyond just ghosting after intimacy. People can get deep, deep, deep into the stuff. People can even marry you, and they're still looking. They're still not considering you to be anything of worth or value to them. And they're going to hop on the next best thing, smoking. And that's, they're always looking, right? Because it's like, I'll marry you because we've been together. I feel pressured. I feel cornered, and nobody else better has come along, or nobody else has come along that's satisfied me in the way that I want to be satisfied. But the minute they do, I'm out, girl. That kind of stuff. So just something, there could be a whole lot of things that are at play. It could be personality disorders. It could be a person just manipulative. It could be somebody who's a survival mindset, a swindler mindset. But people that do this usually have several irons in the fire, and there's a plan A, plan B, plan C in the back of their mind. And if all else fails, they'll stick it out with you until they feel like a better opportunity comes along, and then they're out. Hope that helps.